Yo, movie mystics, party people, my darlings. So, here's my last review before I blast off to Montreal. Hope you enjoy this. It's four reviews. Four reviews, I should say. All playing at the New York Asian Film Festival. One of them, I believe, this one, Montages of a Modern Motherhood, premieres tonight, but the other three have already played. So let's get to it. So there's a lot of cool and sexy intrigue in the detective caper from Hong Kong called Behind the Shadows. If you're interested so far, know that the movie inspired me to write that and that it is inspired sometimes with a generic title. You just don't know. There's something behind the shadows, the title, of course. It follows a detective on a case that has him quite personally involved and is not straightforward at all. It all comes together in a thrilling climax, and may not be too shocking of an ending, but you're gripped and invested as a viewer to see it all come together and it's moving pieces that are interesting. The infidelity here is done with enough psychological depth to not laugh at the characters who are adversely affected by the situation. The movie has a great bad guy, and you just keep wondering through pivotal moments as to what will occur next. The lead actor is also great in this role, a man who used to be the man, who loves to talk about the glory days but needs to stop focusing on the past to get a little bit more centered for the moment. The actress who plays his wife does an equally good job. She gets less screen time, but anchors the dramatic stakes, and by the end, we just love her as audience members. Love that one. 4.5 stars out of 5. Obviously, I liked it. So, I the San. I the San is a little baffling but helpful. I don't know much about anything about Bhutan, but do enjoy watching their cinema, which comes out suddenly and always on the festival circuit for me. This one is very good without ever totally winning me over. It does display its local mysticism, which is sort of integral, but I didn't feel like it was seamless in conveying what it was trying to get across. The actors are quite good. They provide the local mysticism naturally. The script is maybe more the issue. The visuals are also crispy. They fit nicely in the magical realism category. They do so in that they reflect something strange, something off a bit, but they do so in a realistic context. It's natural that the filmmakers would excel mostly and be a little janky as well due to the lack of a film industry infrastructure. The movie has a doppelganger plot in a Rosemary's Baby way of not letting us know what is what, mental health or magic. We see a lot of local religious customs, and it doesn't veer into exoticism. Even locals will lead into the exotic in their filmmaking, presenting their own stories in order to appeal to Westerners who don't know better and want sensationalism. This movie certainly does not that. Okay, gets kudos. 4 out of 5. Another 4 out of 5. Montages of Modern Motherhood. It reminds me that I don't know anything about parenting. It might as well be something in the movies for me. That being said, I think it's a fun film to watch. Of course, in my 30s, I know plenty of people with kids, but that doesn't mean I know the vibes of the work. This film gives me a sense of what it can be like, or at least here's a case study in how it's gone down. It probably was made by people who know the vibes. Here we see a mother really bust ass and a husband being kind of lazy, and she whines about it a lot, justifiably, of course. The baby is so cute, of course. The work must be worth it, as exhausting as it looks. I bet it is nice at the end of the day. They say there is nothing more rewarding than raising the future generation. I felt like it was hard to connect with that after a while. I'm obviously not going to be alone with that sentiment. Maybe they could have cut off a bit of time because I feel like it lingers on the same points a little too long. Despite that, the acting is really cool and the script is mostly solid. Tis an engaging tale and reminds me how little I know about raising a kid in this world. But heck, maybe one day that'll all change, huh? 4 out of 5. Another 4 out of 5. We got 3 4 out of 5 films. This movie, Gowok, Javanese Kamasutra, is really spicy. It's really saucy. It's really something naughty. It's like a dramatic period smut movie, but quite an easygoing smut movie. Apparently, in the 20th century beforehand, there were these women who would have sex with teens to get them familiar with sex and sort of be a trial run for them. You can be offended by the content, but it's a real thing, and you can't deny that there's dramatic potential with such a wild practice. So I don't see any issue with dramatizing this practice. The acting and script beyond the wild premise are fine. They can be accused of being a little local and not really good enough for people beyond the nation to be extremely invested in the tale. The movie is good. It illuminates us with something that seems too wild to be done today for valid reasons. There's a lot of drama with lies and love, which I think will be particularly interesting for the ladies. The guys out there should appreciate this if they're open-minded. The movie is a little too long and self-important for such a sultry tale. It could have been trimmed down a bit, but then I might be a little bit more into it. Anyways, this one's cool. This one's good too. This one's good too. This one's a banger. So there you go. 4 reviews for the New York Asian Film Festival. I've seen 18 films so far, and I reviewed 6. So you do the math there. That's 12 more to go, and I'm probably going to see more films at the festival. So it's probably more. So yeah, look forward to more live streams. I like doing multiple reviews in the streams. It's fun that way. And that's about it. So peace out, y'all. Wish me luck in Montreal.